Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now, every day at this time this week, we're going to read something on the air for you, and it goes at Q101.com. You can follow along, but listeners have been submitting entries at Q101.com for the past 3 weeks, telling us why they should win an engagement ring from James & Sons Fine Jewelers, our great partners, the James & Sons Fine Jewelers Studios, and get engaged at Riot Fest. Mm-hmm. So all week, listeners can vote for their favorite at Q101.com. So there's 5 stories up there right now. We're going to read one of them on the air.
They are so kick-ass, and let this be your good karma for the day. Go vote for somebody if you love their story, because this is going to make their lifetime. So take the time to do it, because these are really cool.
Well, when you see what they win, the winner will get a 3-carat oval lab-grown diamond solitaire engagement ring, a $7,500 value. And for their proposal at Riot Fest, thanks to James & Sons Fine Jewelers, and 2 tickets to Riot Fest. So add that into the cost, too. But it's really an amazing prize. We've done this before, and it's so great that our great friends James & Sons Fine Jewelers works with us on this to really help a listener. And let's go ahead and read one of the entries right now. This is just one. There's 5 on there. You can go read them and vote for whoever you want. But let's start off and do one on the air here.
Oh, I'm going to cry. I love proposals.
That's mine. And then
I
put
love
that.
weddings and proposals.
This one's called Riot Love.
Oh.
Here's the entry.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. Go ahead.
It started when I had another ticket available for Riot Fest 2 years ago. That would mean that was the My Chemical Romance reunion Riot Fest.
Ooh, that's a good one.
My friend who was going with me couldn't make it to the show, so I asked my friend's wife's friend. I had to read this a couple times because I thought he said he invited his friend's wife.
Pure romance.
You know,
my man.
It's Monday. I'm still a little hungover from Metallica, and I went like, wait, this guy stole his friend's wife, and this is a love story? Which could be a love story. Maybe she wasn't happy. But no, it was his friend's wife's friend who was living with them at the time. So I kept asking him to say hi for me after he would leave my house, after we played D&D, little Dungeons & Dragons time. So I ended up finally manning up and asked her to go with me to the show. And you know what? She said yes. 2 years later, we moved in together.
No.
I'm looking to take the next step, and this will be a perfect situation. Since we moved into a new place and money has gotten tighter, of course, this would be great to go to Riot Fest where it all happened and then ask her to marry me.
I love it. I'm sorry.
And that's the entry. Kenzie, this is going to be rough because there's some really good stories all week, and that's a great story. I love that. I always say that, shoot your shot. That's what I say. You should do that. He did. And it's hard. It's hard to shoot your shot because you fear rejection.
You have no idea what the other person's thinking
Nope.
on the other end of that shot.
No, but you know what? We're only here for a little while. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Know what I'm saying? So shoot your shot. And that is Riot Love. Now, if you like that story, go to Q101.com right now and vote for his story. And there's 4 more on there, too. You can read them, but we'll read one every day here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. That is for Terrence in Maryville. Needed some Pearl Jam. I did, too, Terrence. I feel you. Not just the city of Maryville needing some Pearl Jam today, but I needed that today. I really did. Because I'm thinking about, of course, the Pearl Jam show coming up at Wrigley in just a few weeks. And also, to remind you, we have tickets for one of those shows as part of the Golden Ticket. So today we're qualifying you. You text NEON right now to 312-591-8300, and then you get tickets for Cage the Elephant this Wednesday and qualify for the Golden Ticket. Everything we do for an entire year from Riot Fest to Riot Fest. That's going on right now. To remind you about tomorrow, 8:30. When we do that, 8:30 for the Golden Ticket, it's going to be Pearl Jam as the qualifying prize.
That's a big one.
Yes. And it'll be for that Thursday, August 29th show at Wrigley. I know there's a lot to keep track of, and I hope you guys are doing that. Just remember, tomorrow at 8:30, Pearl Jam for Wrigley as the qualifying prize for the Golden Ticket. Right now, text NEON at 312-591-8300 for the show this Wednesday. I got even more information for you. At 9:30, another word's coming up.
Oh, my God.
Another keyword's coming up, so stay here. Man, are we taking care of you today?
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
All right, well, here's what the next 10 minutes brings you. Coming up at 9:30, we'll give you the next keyword for the golden ticket and your next chance to win Cage the Elephant tickets for this Wednesday at Credit Union One Arena from our great friends and partners at Live Nation and Q101, of course, and Brian and Kenzie. The golden ticket, if you just joined us and maybe never heard of it, is giving you access to everything Q101 does for an entire year. It's incredible. You will be a better person after it. And you will basically have a year looking back on this forever memory of the year you went to every concert you wanted to go to.
Everything you wanted to go to for no money, honey, okay?
Yeah.
And think about this. You know what? You could, you have to go. This is not a transferable, but you get that +1. So think of the amount of gifts. Oh, your birthday gift is coming with me to this concert. Your Christmas gift is coming with me to this concert. It also takes care of that kind of stuff. Date night, say you're single.
Forget about it.
Oh, my gosh. This is a lifesaver in many a way.
So good. So coming up here in just 9 minutes, we'll give you that keyword. Now, we talked earlier about the news that came about Green Day over the weekend. First, I'm just going to read their statement that came out on Saturday. So they played in Philadelphia on Friday night, and Green Day posted, "Philly, you were unreal last night. Thanks for powering through the rain with us." It was a rain delay show. Oh. Sadly, after stepping off the stage, Billy lost his voice and won't be able to perform at this evening show in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Now, that was Saturday, that show, and they did postpone that show. We're so sorry to be missing you tonight, again, meaning about that Hershey show. But the good news is we've rescheduled that date for September 2nd, so hold on to your tickets. We will see you then.
Okay.
We say this information because today we had a Green Day Lounge scheduled, and they postponed that so Billy could rest his voice to get to the Wrigley show tomorrow night. Now, everybody that won all last week, you fought and clawed and scratched. We love you for that. Your passion for this radio station and Green Day is tremendous. You're fine. It's been postponed, but it will happen at a later date.
I tell you, it is not canceled. 100% not canceled. Much like the show in Hershey, it is rescheduled.
Yes.
1,000%.
Yeah, it's scheduled for just a few weeks from now.
Yes.
Now, again, resting his voice now for tomorrow at Wrigley Field right now, that's a go. That's scheduled as planned. But we'll keep you posted if something changes with that. As someone that had some voice problems, I can relate so much to Billy Joe and how frustrating it is to try to everybody wants to talk to you and you have to not talk for days.
Listen, it's a muscle.
Yes.
You can strain it, you can pull it, you can need surgery on it like Brian did.
Yeah, I had surgery many years ago and it worked out fine and I'm good. But it certainly took some time and it's frustrating when you talk as much as I do. And I'm sure Billy Joe has a lot of small talk in his life as well.
I would imagine. And a lot of loud singing. So there's just probably a lot.
Well, we're going to do Dookie in its entirety, American Idiot, and about 12 other songs. They've played for 3 hours before. I've seen. They're unbelievable live. Unbelievable. So as far as we know right now, everything's cool for Wrigley tomorrow, but we'll keep you posted throughout the day and enjoy this new Green Day Dilemma with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And before we get out of here and make way for Lauren, let me give you the key word again that's active right now this hour until almost 10:30. Because I kind of have the feeling that Lauren is now on tour with Metallica and won't make it in. I'm not sure. We'll find out in moments, but we'll see what happens. So that key word is winner. Text winner, WINNER, to 312-591-8300 right now. That's your chance for Cage the Elephant tickets Wednesday, and you'll qualify for Q101's golden ticket, access to everything we do in a whole year.
Special announcement, because more than one person did this. Just texting in the gold medal emoji does not enter you.
Well,
Please text the actual word winner.
That's a shame. That should be able to enter.
I'm sorry. It's the computer. It's not me.
All right. And also to remind you, so today, the rest of the day, it is those Cage the Elephant tickets for Wednesday, because we want to give you a little bit of notice, a couple days to plan for that show. The shows tomorrow that we will have as your qualifying prize for the golden ticket. 6:30 a.m., Imagine Dragons, which is this Sunday. Creed, sold-out Creed show,
my gosh.
which is this Friday at Tinley Park. That'll be at 7:30 a.m. Pearl Jam at Wrigley Field, 8:30 a.m. for the August 29th show. And at 9:30, we'll have the Avett Brothers, which are playing Alpine Valley on the 18th, which is also this Sunday. This week is insane. Listen, we warned you about August like 6 months ago, and it's here, and it's crazy. We're getting you to a lot of free concerts. If you just listen, that's all we ask you to do is to listen. That's not much to ask.
Brian, surely with all those giveaways, we're probably done after Tuesday, right?
No. This is going to go for 17 more years.
Or 3 weeks.
Something like that. I have a problem with time.
You
Thank
do.
you for the appropriate tease, Case. Gold star.
So, Queso, what takeaway do you have?
Jim from Lyle checked in. According to Brian, if it's meant in fun, it isn't a crime.
Correct. I mean, you might have hard time in court.
If you approach it with a good attitude, let's see what the big deal is.
Yeah. Kenzie, what do you got?
So I texted in, apparently my entire family can eat for $15 at Applebee's.
Oh, that's nice. We will have a report on the Applebee's and Portage tomorrow in the morning as Case will try to call them and it just rang. No voicemail pickup, which is rare these days.
I know, but I'll give him a call later this afternoon. Hopefully at 8:30 tomorrow, we have an update on the Applebee's situation in Portage, Indiana.
And he'll talk about that, what's coming up on the podcast. And Dan checked in 847. My takeaway is golden ticket, baby. Dan checking in from Palatine. Yes. The golden ticket in full effect. Again, we're throwing a lot at you. We get it on a Monday morning. Q101.com has all the information, and Lauren will have more chances coming up. Now, the podcast Case.
Well, Brian exposed Chicago as being a bunch of liars this morning. We have that in the 6 a.m. hour. Also, we learned in Clash with Kenzie today, don't let Brian anywhere near your goose. Take that for what you will.
No kidding.
Yeah, boy, he has
Yikes.
some disturbing thoughts on geese as a whole.
Yeah.
Hide your family, hide your geese.
And then, of course, if you just joined us and you're wondering why we're talking about a Applebee's in Portage, Indiana, we have that story. We have exclusive news that nobody else has on the Brian and Kenzie podcast about that Applebee's and why somebody got sent to jail.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.